Hello everybody, Dragana here from Saacibo. Welcome back to my channel. I have completed those two journals I've been working on for the last 2 weeks. One for my brother, one for my nephew. If you haven't seen the process videos, I will link them down below in the description box. The first two videos were about me selecting the papers from my time traveler's kit and adding pockets and building up signatures, and the third video is about me making these two covers. So now I think everything is done and completed, and I just want to do a quick flip through so that you can see them all together. Let's first start with this one. This one is for my brother. It opens up with a magnetic closure like that. And I used my husband's cravat. He's not wearing cravats, and he had a few, and he gave me a full bag. He said just do whatever you want with them, and it's actually a perfect closure. Look, and it's also his old leather jacket that he's not wearing. He wasn't wearing it for the last 20 years. He just kept it, didn't know what to do with it, and just one day said, I'll have to clean up my wardrobe, just take it and make journals with it, do whatever you want. And I used the part from the sleeves. I think you can tell where it was joined. So I put some eyelets there, and I put elastic, and the journal can be taken out. You can, and a different, like a notepad, can be put in as well. This is like standard A5 size, so that's really handy to have like that. Now I have left this pocket here. This was part of the shirt that I used to do the inside of the cover, and I left it on purpose. I thought my brother might actually really like it, and I think the color wise everything goes really nice together. There's a bit of blue, a bit of this brownish color in here as well. I don't know, it feels great in the hand. It's not too thick, it's just perfect. And of course I couldn't really decorate it the way I normally do, because it's just not really for a man to have flowers and, you know, cute little laces, things like that. So I try to be mindful of the fact that the journal is meant for men. All right, so excuse me, let's have a look. As I said, I used my time traveler's digital kit, and I also used other papers, as you can see, and other bits and pieces. There's a pocket here and a belly band there, double belly band. There's one here and one here. This is cut from a digital kit. It says yesterday is the past, tomorrow is the future, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Bill Keane. And it's just a little message for my brother. Sometimes he needs to hear that from me again and again, not to dwell on the past. And since I'm making this journal for his birthday, he's going to turn 47 this year. So I put a number there. I put like a wine glass, you know, just a sign of celebration. And a little saying here which says freedom is the best choice. Okay, I tried to leave a lot of writing space for him. He's probably not going to draw or glue pictures inside, and I doubt it, but he might write in it, so I tried to leave enough space for him to write. All right, over here I used one of the master boards from the digital kit, but I had this lovely rice paper with images from my country, or should I say from Sarajevo, and also from Mostar and other little towns in the country. So I just decoupaged on top, and also used book pages. I'll have to show you this book. Hang on a second. There is the famous book. I have to tell you something about this book. It was given to me by my auntie. And this book, believe it or not, actually took a bullet. Not really a bullet, but a shrapnel from a grenade. And you can tell where it went, how it actually travels through the book, and what it did to the book. It's scary. I said to my auntie, lucky she wasn't anywhere near it. Otherwise, she would have been really badly injured. But she kept the book. And it's, in a way, it's a reminder of what happened here some 30 years ago. Oh, what was it, 30? Yeah, it's going to be 30 years this year. And I've been using pages from this book. And it's a historical book about this area. Really some funny and also historical facts inside, but you know, look what it did to the book. Anyway, that's just one thing, that it actually kept my brother from coming to visit me, because he was very traumatized by the war that happened here in the Balkans in the 90s, and since he left the country he never came back. And I moved back here 10 years ago, 11 years now, and I was hoping he will come and visit me, and he promised he would, and then the COVID thing happened and he just never did. So hopefully he'll find the courage to move on, kind of thing, and leave that in the past. What's happened, it's happened. It was a bad thing, but you know, I hope he will find the courage and the strength to come here and get over that trauma once and for all. All right, so this is the rice paper I've been using. These are just images from my town and from Mostar, and I have a few left, but I used most of it, and I think they work really well, because this is time travel into the past, I suppose, but also in the future. I'm hoping he was going to visit me soon. Anyway, here I put this nice paper that Steffi sent me, and I put the date of his birth, 29th of March, and I put this year, and just like a little tag there. Okay, this is a doily that I colored. Got some graph papers, and over here again I made a little collage on top of that envelope that I made from the map, and I included one of my specimen cards. And the reason I included this one is because it contains these dried flowers that actually came from the bush that grew originally in the backyard of our old house, the house where I was born before it was demolished and turned into huge sky-rise buildings. But my father actually dug out that plant from the backyard and planted it somewhere else, and he kept it all these years. And when I moved back here, he gave me a cutting, and it actually has the same DNA as that original plant, and that's why I sort of thought he might appreciate it. Anyway, the tag comes from the digital pack, but I decoupaged a picture from using that rice paper that I've shown you, and I put 29th of March and the time of his birth, 8:30. I should have added AM. I think he was born in the morning. And I glued the tag on the top and the bottom, and I left this like that, almost like a belly band. And I'm going to include probably some pictures and some other personal things inside that he might like. Now here we have that envelope, and I put just a tag from a digital kit. He can write at the back. I ended up leaving everything as it is. I didn't even cover that. I just wanted to leave it authentic. Okay, this is wax paper. This as well. This is It's one of my collages that I digitized. More writing space. And here I just put together this envelope that's part of the digital kit, and I use that clock face there. Just glued half of it, and that can be turned like that. And I'm probably going to put some photographs inside. And with the decoration that I made from the offcuts, I just made like another belly band, and I thought that can go like that. Some more writing space. This is a coloring page that I had. Kind of has that masculine look to it, or steampunk look, and that's why I put it in there. He might want to color it in or not, I don't know, but I thought it just looked really well in this journal. I love this paper from the digital pack. It's really, really interesting. I don't know, I just like it with the words and the text, and that's actually was made originally with the jelly print that I've done on the book page, and then I layered several of them and added some words, and it just turned out really good. I love it. Okay, this is the second part of the journal. Over here we have double pocket and just a postcard from the pack. This comes from a book that I tea-dyed, but I left this forever. I have no idea what's that. They probably the publishing house or something. I don't know, but I left it there. That's the flap of the envelope, and I just put some tickets from the digital pack and some other images that I had. It says here Book of Secrets, and I wrote Live the Dream, because I think at the moment he is living his dream, finally doing things that he wants to do and the way he wants to do them. All right, so here I put another little frame, and this is capital B, which is like be kind to yourself, but B is also his initial, so that's why I made it bigger. It says be kind to yourself. Okay. Now here again I use that rice paper and the book page from that book and some other handmade papers, and I decoupage this, and that's Sarajevo. That's where he was born. It's like the place of his birth, and again the year of his birth. And that page that I used had 329 number, and I realized it's the 3rd, the March of the 29th. So I just left it there. I thought it was just a lucky coincidence. This is another one of my jelly prints. And over here I made like a hidden paper clip. And this is the digital collage. I folded it in 3, and he can write things inside and keep them private like that. And I just stuck that there, like so. Good. And over here, I won't show you the other side because it's some private message for him, not for other people's eyes. But I'll show you this. I bought this magazine. It's actually really interesting, and one of the articles was about this guy who calls himself, if I translate this, it says wild cook, but he's not wild like a wild animal. He cooks with ingredients he finds in the wild, so I don't know how to translate, but there was a recipe inside, and I just glued it onto this paper and turn it into a little booklet. And I thought my brother might want to try this recipe using wild herbs. And I backed it up with the paper, the whole article, and just stitched, turned into a little like a pocket with rough edges. I thought it was really interesting. Okay, I don't think I put, oh, I did put another postcard here. So I will definitely put more photographs and write my brother a letter and everything, but that's the base of it. So I hope he has a good birthday this year, and I hope this arrives in time for it. Okay, and I will probably, you know how I normally make pouches for the journals? This time I'm not going to make one. I'll just use what I've made earlier. I made this, this is not real leather, it's artificial leather, and it's a little bag. So I'm just going to put the journal inside, and that is going to be his present. When he opens it up, he will see the journal on the inside. Hopefully he will like it. All right, that's that one. Now for my nephew. This journal is also very nice, and I love the cover. I used Japanese kimono and a belt, and it almost looks like a kimono with a black belt. This came from some bag, I don't even know, I had it, and it's lighter than the other one because it's thinner fabric, but it's really nice, and the fabric is really smooth. I love it. And when we open it up, inside we have this other gorgeous fabric. Almost looks like a sweater of some sort. So the journal, again, I used the same digital pack, but I might have used different images from the pack. Again, similar construction. There's a pocket here. I made a little writing spot there with some of the papers. So this is upside down like that. That's got that collage, and that goes into that belly band. And over here I used again the tag from the digital pack, but I decoupaged this image here, and that image there comes from another rice paper that I bought. This one, traditional Bosnian rug, and I thought he might have just used that, but I thought he might like it, because when he was visiting me here, he wanted to buy one of these rugs to take home. So they were interesting. And I also, on that postcard, I decoupaged the image of the old town of Sarajevo, and I just wrote that Bon Voyage thing there. I glued the little tag, little label, that's right. So here, again, I had this embossing folder, and I embossed some black cardstock, and I used bronze patina on top to create that effect, like it's a little frame. And here I put a stamp of the main library building in Sarajevo. Here is the national symbol, which is lily, is it fleur de lis? And also in this pot traditionally we make coffee, like Bosnian or Turkish style coffee, I should say. So he wanted to go to the old town and have that experience when he was here. So I thought that would be just really cute to put there. And I said, here, every moment matters. Okay, here we have a waxed map. Okay, and here I made a little collage with that book page. This is like a clock, embossed clock, some other papers, and a compass, and I put his initial. Just thought it looked good. Now here we have a pocket. I've done a little cluster with an original stamp there, and this postcard from the pack I added a real stamp that I had of the Bosnian iris. It grows only here in the mountains. And on this side I decoupaged one of those rice paper images, and this is the image of the old bridge, And this bridge is famous because in 1914, I think it was, the Austrian prince was assassinated there, and that's what sparked the World War One. But I don't know, you know, a lot of tourists want to go and see that spot. Okay, here we have that pocket that I made from the envelope. There is a little tuck spot here, just an image. Now here I put those 2 tickets from the pack. I actually put a real stamp there, and I left that stamp as it was for him. And then here, oops, this is stuck. Oh, it's good. Again, I used the tag from the pack, digital pack, but I decoupaged some of that rice paper on top. It's one of the streets. It's a painting of one of the streets in the old town of Sarajevo. Okay. And I put it there so that he can see like through the window. Okay, now here, more writing space. I love that paper. It's one of my collages that I digitally enhanced. Just love the colors. Somehow lately these greenish bluish hues are just really, I find them really soothing. Now here I left again that coloring page. It's a mandala, but it looked really masculine again, so that's why I put it there. And over here I decoupaged that rice paper again on this paper, and this is that Mostar, the bridge in the old town of Mostar, where we went for lunch, and he loved it. He wants to return there. He really loved going. And this is just like a paragraph from that book that I thought it was funny, and he probably wouldn't know what it says, but I'm sure my brother will translate for him. And I just put here the best of both worlds. Like I mentioned in the last video, I think that my nephew's mother is Japanese, so his father is Bosnian, but then again, we are Bosnians, but we were born here, and our parents were born here, but my father was German as well, and 1/4 Croatian, but he was born in Bosnia. So with my nephew, he's got all of that, and he grew up in Australia. He's like Australian. He speaks Japanese really well, but Bosnian not so well, but we will change that hopefully. And he's an amazing kid, really is. I love him to pieces. Again, this is a tag from the digital kit, and I just put a little label that says travel log, so hopefully next time when he comes to visit me, he can write down things we go to visit together. Again, I used the book page, some of my jelly prints, and a decoupaged image from that rice paper, and that's like a water fountain, traditional one that was built by the Turks, I think, ages ago. It's really a symbol of the old town here, and people say once you drink water from that fountain you will always return here. I don't know, superstition, but maybe yes, maybe not, I don't know. Now again, here I used the envelope from the digital pack. I didn't put anything, but I'm planning to put some photos here that I think my nephew might like. And I made this tag with my jelly, was it jelly print? No, it was just, I painted on the thick paper, and I used some bronze just to have that, bring out that texture. And this is from a magazine. Again, it had the image of that traditional rug, and I just collaged that there, and it says here, a smile is a curve that sets everything straight. And just something to remind him to stay positive about life. Okay, now here again, the end, I put one of those cards from the digital pack, and I've used a real postage stamp that I took off some letter. And here is a tag, and the other side is a personal message, so I won't turn it around. And on this postcard, again, I decoupaged an image from Sarajevo, old town. Here I turned this little tag into like a tuck spot, and I used a bit of that rice paper with yeah, it was here like a border or something. I just use that and that book page, and again here is a pocket. So that's the journal number 2. Wow, I can't believe I finished both of them, and I think they turned out really cute. Now all I need to do is make a little pouch for this one, because I don't think I have another bag to go with this, but I think those journals turn out really cute, and I hope they like them. And even if not, they will know I think of them and I love them, and I did all this for them, so that's the most important thing. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye for now.